Hi everybody, it's Mary again. I'm with Cool Kids Creations. And if you saw my first video, you hopefully made some artwork and you can send it to me so we can all share it. It's my email is berriosmary200@gmail.com. So have your parents or you take a picture of it and send it to me and we'll show it on the next video. Okay, so today we are going to create a crayon resist painting. So as you know, the crayons are made of wax and so the water can't penetrate or go through wax. So if we draw something on our paper with a crayon, and then we paint over it with water-based paint such as watercolors, we're going to get a pretty cool painting. So, all right. So for this you need crayons, paper, some watercolors, and water, and then a brush, or you can even use, I like to use these little foam ones for this. Okay. So first thing you want to do is decide what you want to draw. Now, if you're a little bit older and you want to try a cool experiment, you can draw something with a white crayon on your paper and it won't really show up. You might get an idea of what you're drawing, but somebody else won't. So you could do that. Let's say you have a brother or sister who's doing it with you. You could draw something and have them also draw one and then trade papers. And then when you paint it, you'll get to see what the other person drew. So it's kind of magical that way. Okay, so I'm actually going to do that this time. Let me just show you a simple one I did for demonstration. This is just a little undersea thing. I'm not sure you can see the jellyfish, but so this was done with crayon, and then I just painted kind of a green, bluish green wash over it. All right, so I'm going to do mine in white, and you can do it in any color you want, but just make kind of a picture in crayon. Save enough white space because then we're going to paint over it. All right, so I'm gonna do a design, but you go ahead and draw something. And by the way, if you want to not miss any of my videos, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button below. And then you will get to see all the art videos. I hope to do, a couple of days to keep you busy during this time when we're all stuck at home. So hopefully you're all doing well. You're all healthy, having some fun, having some family time. And the weather will get nicer. Where I am, it snowed yesterday, and it's supposed to snow again tomorrow. So spring is teasing us in between the snowfalls. So I can't even see what I'm drawing here. So this is going to be kind of fun when I paint over it. Let's see. I'm just kind of adding lines and little designs. You could even write a message if you want. In fact, I might do that. I also like to listen to music when I'm doing art. I don't know, it just kind of inspires me a little bit. So you could do that. Ask your parents. Oh, I want to remind you something. Last video we were talking about the this one with the doodles. Okay, and I mentioned using a permanent marker because I did my marker after the crayon, but permanent markers are really tough to work with because they go through the paper. If you get them on anything like yourself, the table, the furniture, it's really hard to get it out. So I would recommend if you really want to use a permanent marker, you need to ask a parent first and maybe they can kind of help you out, okay? Otherwise, just use one of the Crayola water-based ones. Okay, now I kind of forgot what I put on here. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do a wash, okay? So a wash is what you would do with watercolors. This is just cake. These are called cake or pan watercolors, okay? I have several colors. I'm just going to pick one. I think I'm going to do a dark color, maybe like purple. I like purple a lot. So I'm going to dip my foam brush. And I'm going to give, let's see, which one do I want? I'm going to do the violet here. Oh, that's blue. Here we go. Put some water on top of it, okay, and let it get a little bit soft. The next thing I'm going to do, and I'm not going to use too much, but I'm going to put a layer of water on my paper. Now this is just, this is not watercolor paper, but that's okay. Oh, I'm already starting to see what I wrote just with water. So you don't want too much, because if you have thin paper like I do right now, it will shred. And it's going to bubble a little bit, but when it starts to dry, you can always put it under a real heavy book or something and it gets rid of the bubbles. Okay, so my sheet is wet. Now I'm going to get this wet again and dip it in my purple or violet and get a bunch of paint on here. And like I said, you can use a brush. Any paintbrush will do, like this, or even like if you have any of these around the house. Okay. All right, I've got purple on there. So now I'm going to paint. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Paint across the drawing. And I'll hold it up in just a minute. I might need more water in my purple here. So I just did a real quick design. And I don't know about you, but I just love doing art because first of all, I love the creations that I make. I'm usually kind of proud of them, and you should be too. And it's such a fun way to just kind of spend some of your time. It makes you feel good. Okay, so I didn't draw much on here, but hopefully you can see what I did draw with the white. This is Cool Kids Creations. And then just a couple swirls and things. And I did it kind of in a hurry, so I didn't go all out, but you could. You can make secret messages to your brother or sister or whoever you're with, your parent, or draw designs, or you could use the colors. Because even if you use the colors, when you paint on top of it, it's not going to cover that part where the crayon is. It's only going to cover the background. And see, I would just let this dry, and then once it's dry, then I'd put something on it to make it flat. Okay, so I'd love to see what kind of things you come up with. If you can, just email them to barriosmary, BARRIOS Mary 200 @gmail.com, and maybe then we can share them. All right. Have a good day.